Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday and welcome to this week's edition of Post Review Friday. If you are new to my channel, on Fridays we do a video where I talk about a kit that I recently finished, my thoughts, opinions, all of that fun stuff. So today we're here to talk about All Cats Do Go to Heaven by Mandy Manzano. This is a Diamond Art Club kit. If you didn't know, Diamond Art Club is the only place that has a license with Mandy Manzano to sell her kits as diamond paintings. She does work with some other shops for, actually I think it might just be one shop, for her cross stitch patterns. She also recently started working with a shop for bookmarks using her princess panels, which I need to check that out. But we're talking about diamond painting today. So this kit I worked on at the beginning of October because a year ago we lost our cat Neville right at the beginning of October, and when this kit was released earlier this year, I knew that I wanted to work on it as a bit of a commemorative piece, celebratory piece type of thing. So Neville's birthday was also in October. He actually passed the day before his 7th birthday. So, you know, October was just the month of Neville. So I decided to complete this kit during October. Now, we did a video on this particular project probably in the middle of September. I'll try to remember to link it down below if you haven't watched it, but I talked to you guys about recharting a diamond painting, which is not something that I have ever done. Now, I have many times added in special drills, changed out like a regular diamond for a crystal or something like that, but I've never actually fully recharted an area on a diamond painting. And that's what I decided to do on this kit. So if we look at the artwork, this is a square drill. It's a 55.8 by 83.7 centimeter. If you look closely, you will see here that this cat is orange and white. Now, my kitty cat Neville was gray. So this is Neville. Neville is named after Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter. I don't know if I've ever said that. But this is what Neville looks like. He's all gray. He had green eyes, and I wanted to reflect that in this diamond painting. So I have it colored up here. I will say I just finished this kit. Normally I'm a couple weeks behind on post reviews. I'm only a week behind. So I'm filming this on Friday the 20th, and you guys are seeing this the following Friday. I don't know what the date is. I guess it would be the 27th. So I just finished this today and I needed to film it because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. First off, let me pop up a full-length image here. I decided to diamond paint everything except for the cat. So I'm also going to put up a picture here of what it looked like before. So I diamond painted everything around the cat, and I wanted to just focus on that that small particular area. So here's what it looked like before. And I finished this kit. I was working on it upside down, and I was kind of taking a couple pictures as I was going just to make sure that I like got her hand in there, like I didn't change that color, just to kind of make sure I was on the right path. So I kind of was getting a vibe for what it looked like. But when I finished it, I turned it around and this is so dramatic. I turned it around and I burst into tears. Now, I've talked about Neville before in my videos, and some people in my real life think I'm crazy because that cat was just like, was my child. He was my first pet that I purchased when I moved out of the house. We had been through it together, me and that cat. So he was like a child to me. I know he wasn't a child. I know he wasn't a human. He was a cat, but he was my unofficial emotional support animal, and I will swear that until the day that I die. So this year has just been very difficult. I think about him and I just want to cry. It's just what it is, right? People grieve differently. He may just be a cat to you, but to me, he was more than that. So I still struggle with looking at pictures of him. I still haven't done the picture for his little urn box. I haven't done his shadow box that Bree sent me, which is amazing. It has his name on it. And I just can't really look at pictures of him because it makes me cry. So when I turned this kit around and I saw this gray cat being held by this angel, I lost it. I started crying. So I am really happy. I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. And I'll stop chatting now and I will show you how it came out because I am really happy. Now I did write down the colors that I used, so I can give you that in detail and we can talk about the rest of the kit as well. So, but I can't show you the rest of the kit without showing you the gray cat. So I'm going to do the gray cat reveal first and then we'll talk about the kit and then I can go back and talk in a little bit more detail about the changes that I made. So here is the finish. I didn't add in a full-length picture before because I wanted to show you guys first before I put the full-length picture in. So don't yell at me. I did forget to attach a picture, but there was a reason. Sorry. Here he is. Look at this. I am so, I'm quite happy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty proud of how that turned out. So I will pop up a full-length picture here so you can see everything from a distance. I will also put up the before and an after image so you can see how it was charted and how it turned out. But I'm thrilled. I absolutely love this. I'm actually thinking about framing this, which if you're here often, you know I don't really frame my diamond paintings, but I think I do want to frame this one because I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about the rest of the canvas and then I'll go back and give you the details on the recharting area itself. So this is a square drill and it has been quite a while since I've worked on a square, and I have to say that the square drills for this kit were, outstanding. These drills fit together so nicely. I tend to stay away from square drills because they take me longer and I get really frustrated when they're poor quality. Now, Diamond Art Club's older square drills had definitely had room for improvement, and I feel like they have pretty much nailed whatever they're doing right now. It's working for them. This kit took me a long time. I took a few days off in between. I went away on vacation. I didn't take a diamond painting, and then I just kind of wasn't feeling it, and I knew that I needed to take my time with this kit because just like emotionally, I know I sound dramatic and I'm sorry if I sound dramatic, but I didn't want to rush myself. I didn't want to rush through this kit. I really wanted to go through the process and enjoy it. So I took a couple days off. I wasn't diamond painting and I came back to it and I pushed through and I finished it. Now, when I say push through, it's not because anything was wrong. The kit itself was actually really great. I didn't have any issues with the poured glue. I didn't have any issues with the drills. I did have some trash, but not awful. I did enjoy it. Now, I will say this is a pretty dark color palette. I do love it. I love the grays. I love the greeny teal colors, but it did get a little monotonous after a while, like just placing the same exact colors over and over and over again. And for some reason, I did not move through this kit as quickly. There was quite a bit of color blocking, but I was still just kind of chugging along. It wasn't like, oh, I'm finished. It was like, oh my God, I'm still working on this. I do think that the placement of the ABs and this drill is not sitting all the way. The ABs and the fairy dust drills were amazing. We had a white AB, which you can kind of see on the clouds over there, the tips of her wings. We had a red AB, which is in her hair. We had, was it just those ones? Let's see. I think it was just the two ABs. No, it was a third one. There was like a mint AB, which I think was in her dress. The mint and the white, I will say, they do come across as pretty much the same type of color on the canvas. So I think we probably could have just done away with one of them and just had a white or the mint color. It's these two. They kind of just come across the same. And then we had two fairy dust drills, which are stunning. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. We had two containers of this teal one here, and then we had a light greeny color. absolutely beautiful placement of the special drills. I really loved it. So all in all, the kit as a whole, outstanding, quality, great. It's probably the best Diamond Art Club square kit that I've ever worked on, and I love that it was this kit that I had that experience with, because when I saw it came out in squares, I was like, oh man, I really wanted rounds, but it did turn out really well, and I do like it quite a bit. Let's talk about the drills as a whole. I had plenty of every color. I did not think I was going to run out of anything. You can see here I have an entire untouched container of 310, and then I had some left over. I think I started with like 8 of these little containers of 310, so I had plenty of all of that. The drills themselves were not too staticky. I did have some colors that had static, but it wasn't awful. You can ignore this. I will talk about that in a second. I do, however, feel like I had a pretty substantial amount of trash. Let me grab a tray. Now, if you watch my post reviews often, something that I say pretty much every time is I don't care about the amount of trash as long as I had enough drills to finish. And that stands true. I had plenty of drills to finish this kit, which is great. However, I do think this is a lot of trash. This is, I think I said roughly a 50 by 80. And I think that this is a little bit much. Now, something that I've noticed with the Diamond Art Club round drills is a lot of them have holes in the top, and that is true for these squares. A lot of them have holes. I also had a lot that had little extra tabs off the side, some random little trashy pieces. You can see like they're round. There's one there, and there's one there. I think they're just extra pieces of whatever the material is that they use. But I was kind of surprised. I felt like I just kept pulling trash. I kind of gave up pulling the trash out towards the end because I was so over it. But all in all, not awful. Like I said, I had plenty of every color. I didn't think I was going to run out of anything. Just wanted to note that I felt like the drills were a bit trashy. However, the good drills were great. The drills that were good quality were great quality. Okay, so that's the drills. Now let me talk about the recharting and changes that I made to the kit. I need to pull some drills out here, and I need to grab these. So let me sort this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I moved you guys a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But here is the area that I recharted, which is the cat. Here is the original image again, so you can see the cat was charted or was painted as like a white and orange. So I'm going to pop up a picture again of what the cat looked like before I started diamond painting. And then this is what we have after. So the first thing that I want to note about drill changes is I did add in, sorry for the train, I did add in some of these quad cubes. UPS guys here. I did add in some of these quad cubes. You can see here, and there's some over on the other side. There's one here. Anywhere where there was a batch of 4 ABs charted, I swapped out to these quad cubes. I just think it gives a little bit of, I don't know, just a little something else to the kit. I liked the way that it looked. These are from DP with Sparklers. Okay, now let's talk about the cat itself. I took little notes. So we talked about pretty much all of this in the video that I filmed, but I had to do a couple of little extra changes, so I thought we would talk about it again. So what I did is I pulled all of the colors that the cat originally had charted, and I matched it to a gray. So the darker shades got the darkest gray color. The shade down from that got the next lightest gray. So I kind of went that way because I didn't want to lose the dimension of what they had charted. Now, I knew that I didn't want to do just one gray color, but I wasn't sure how many grays I wanted to do. So this is how it worked out for me. So I started with 317, which was the darkest gray, I'm pretty sure. And I picked out the darkest colors that were in the charted area. So I actually started with just replacing it with 758. But then I realized that I had more orangey brown colors than I had grays, so I kind of had to double up in a couple of spots. So 317 ended up replacing 758 and 3830. And you can kind of see where that is. Like, really, like the darkest outlines are pretty much this dark gray. And then I went to the next darkest shade of gray, which is 413. Originally, I was just going to replace 754 with this color, but then again, I realized that I had a few of this 3778 that needed to be replaced, so I decided to use the 413 for that as well. And then I needed to replace this cream color. You can see I mixed these. Instead of pouring them back into the baggie, I poured them into the container. I'm just going to get rid of these. It's not the end of the world. This bag of drills was like $2 from Diamond Drills USA. So this is just going into my trash drill container. But I needed to replace that cream color with a shade of gray. So I chose 414. And then I had the lightest area, which was charted in 3865. And I chose the lightest gray that I had, which was 318. And if you watched my video where I talked about charting, I had mentioned that I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this color because it was so light. But a couple of you did mention, like, maybe you should use the light color where the white is charted. And that was a great idea. That is exactly what I did. And then I had just a few of these 356 drills, which were kind of along the top here. And I actually ended up using just drills that were in the kit, which was $37.99. And this is what we got. And I actually used some of the white ABs 141 for the white patch that Neville had on his chest. So I think that it turned out really well. I'm really happy. Oh, I also replaced his eyes. Duh, you can see them. Do I have the picture? Yes. I don't know if you can see in this picture, but Neville had really pretty green eyes. So this green was actually in the kit. It was 368. So I just stole a couple of those drills and popped them in where the eyeballs were. So I don't know, guys. I'm pretty happy. I think it turned out really well. It might not be perfect, but I think for my first time, I got the effect that I was looking for, and I'm really, really happy with it. So that is all of that. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. I know that some of you have also lost cats and you were thinking about doing the same thing. I don't know if any of you have gray cats, and obviously you could definitely use the replacements that I did, but let me know what you think. All right, let's talk about accessories. So, oh, I have a runny nose. For my tray, I used this one from Cat Proof. This is the Fine Boy. I used this pen from O'Brien Custom Turning. This is a Cocoon Blank. I thought the color palette was just about perfect. I have this cover minder. It says "A Piece of My Heart is in Heaven." I do not remember where I got this minder. That's the last couple of minders that I've used. I can't remember what shops I got them from. I'll see if I can find it and link it down below, but this is 100% accurate. You know, I think it might be Kim's Needle Minders. I'll double check that and link it, but I'm pretty sure it is from Kim's Needle Minders, but accurate. And then I was undecided on what kind of putty I wanted to use, so I let Steven pick, and he picked this one, Fresh Strawberries. because it is in the shape of a cat head. This is from Bree, Painting with Pitties. You can see I kind of messed up the ear, but it is a cat head. So he was like, that one, and he loves strawberries. So that's the one I used. So that is everything for today's post review. I will go ahead and pop up another full-length image for you guys here. Please let me know your thoughts. Again, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out great, and I do think I'm going to frame this one. I have a frame from another kit that I ended up not hanging, so I'm kind of hoping I can repurpose that one, but it might be a little bit small, so we'll see. I will let you guys know if I do that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's post review. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye.